What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Killer Rose. Right now I'm at the gym, but it's 7:15. It's early this time. um it's gonna be raining, so I only have like a few minutes to just talk about, I don't even know what I was gonna talk about, honestly. My hair is a mess, for one. For two, it's gonna thunder. And no, I'm not the type of person that gets scared easy, but I don't know about lightning, thundering. I feel like if I'm in a spot for 1 second, I would end up getting struck down by lightning. Or, you already know about that thunder. And you know what's crazy is that light comes before sound. So, like, yes, I mean, I've seen it. Well, not directly, because I think I would have been blind if I saw that freaking light. But yes, that was pretty crazy, and it was the loudest lightning that I got to hear. It was, or thunder, whatever it is. It was a lightning bolt that struck down something, and it was freaking terrifying. I really thought would be like a freaking fire, but no, it was all good. I was like, I don't see any brightness for or like orange light to know that there is a fire. Yes, fires, if you see orange, like the sky looks orange, it's close, but not that close. But if it gets, I don't know, if it gets very like bright orange where it's hard to see, yeah, you best to get out of there. I'm not the person who have witnessed a lot of wildfires, but I guarantee you will freak out. And it's insane. It's actually pretty scary when you see it firsthand. I think I saw a video of that. I don't know, these two people, they were like trying to like find their way out, and as soon as they like got to an area where, I mean, like the fire already that was beginning to start, but it was like in another direction. It was like trees and stuff were already falling down. It was like a nightmare to be in, because of how like the whole fire just destroyed all the plant life, that end up crossing over. It's crazy. And it's crazy how fast fire can start. It can actually start like fuming the area. Let's say if it's in a house, inside of the house, it's, it just takes up more than, I guys say, more than a 10 seconds or more. I say about 40 seconds, 30 or 40 seconds. That's how bad it can get. It can get really bad. And yes, it's actually very there's like a actual case that this happened. It was so disgusting. I really need to remember her names, or I didn't bring my notepad, otherwise I would have give you guys a name. But this lady, she was an old lady. She, like, I could probably talk about her, and you could probably pull it up on Google and it'll show. Oh shoot, I see lightning already. I saw lightning already. Okay, fuck. Okay, if I see lightning again and this time it's closer, then okay, then I probably have to. No, I don't want to be a pussy and then having to go to the gym. Then I'm finally here, and I don't know. We'll have to see. If my phone says there's a warning, then that's when I'll have to leave. Okay, so I ain't gonna do that shit. Well, except if there's a warning, then I will have to leave. I don't want to miss my workout. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is that this lady, she was old. She had like I think a hip replacement, and she could not move as much as she could. Now, this lady, I mean, yes, of course she's doing the best that she could to get her to safety, but this lady cannot physically move. I don't understand how people like this, you know, on operator phone calls, sometimes they're good operators, and then sometimes there's, oh my god, sometimes there's operators that just wants me to go through the phone intercom and shake them by the shoulders and tell them these people are freaking out. They probably called 911 for the first time since ever. You gotta assume these people don't know what they're doing. You know, sometimes they're in, you know, in the heat of the moment, right? When I say heat of the moment, I'm like, they are going 120 miles per hour while you're going at a 45 or 50 right now. Unless they're actually in a dangerous spot where this person had a knife or a gun, and they're in the, you know, they're present with this guy or this person or this girl. It doesn't matter anymore. These people are crazy, young, old, you know, it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, if you, how did I came here to a wildfire? That's another subject I can get into about young and old people. They're like the youngest of the person that, you know, that shot a teacher. Just, I mean, it's recent, you know. It's freaking crazy, guys. I just, that's one other subject I want to talk about. And the oldest person that have been into jail, I'm not sure, but it seems like a new record every single day. Or no, not every single day, but every single year there's always gonna be a new person, a new grade. That scared me. It's not even raining that hard. So it's basically like this. These people are nuts, okay? That's all I gotta say. And so with this lady being old, have a hip replacement, and the operator is being rude, trying to tell this lady that she needs to move. She cannot physically move. You need to get an actual man or woman, I'm not sure, but you know, when I see firefighters, I don't see one woman that's out there. So I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes, you know, there's trades that are, you know, they're like dominated by men. That's just a fact. It's not to be misogynist or anything like that. It is a factual statement that, you know, some trades are male dominant. If that makes me sexist, then oh well. I mean, I could be a Nazi, sexist, misogynistic, I mean, or some bigotry, or this, you know, they make up new names every single fucking day. So anyways, so yeah, so this, you know, these people, right, had the audacity to take a Snapchat video and starting to document a house that's burning on fire. Now, I'm not sure if it's just the woods, you know, and you can see the whole flames and everything that are igniting up in the air, but these people are the most inhumane people on this planet. And I'm sorry, if I have to know that these people exist, I mean, it's insane. These people should be locked up in prison for at least for the rest of their lives. Especially when it comes to being a fireman, a police officer. If you know a person is basically in the lives of your hands, and you decided to take a Snapchat video while a person is in danger for their life, you should be in jail. I mean, in life, forever. You officially traded a person's life for yours. Congratulations. Now, I mean, for me, I don't think having I mean, in my opinion, for you to take a life and actually document an actual house being burnt down, you should have the death penalty. And it may seem cruel, but guess what? These people keep getting away with these things. I really don't think that there is a life, a life sentence anymore. A life sentence would mean to me someone that actually have a death penalty in progress. And now, and it's terrible. But guess what? These people think, well, if I do this, and and if I get life, guess what? I'm set up for life. I get free food, I get a free housing. Yeah, it's a cell, but my life can't get shittier anyways. So I'm just gonna do what I gotta do and just do this shit, and they're gonna let me a free pass. And it's the most sickening way. And if you're like a firefighter and a police officer or military, you can get away with a lot of crazy shit. And now some people don't, but some people do. You'd be surprised how many people have gotten away with a lot of things, especially when they're ranked, or like their status is like they have a status where they're like, not just any civilian. They are people who save life, who serve for the people, right? And so, yeah, this old lady, it was so sad. Yes, there was a whole audio recording of this lady who actually got burnt alive while being, still on the phone with the operator. And it was absolutely terrible. I cried the first time, many a times actually. There's whenever I go back to the case, and just read the documentary, I'm like, I mean, of course, there's other documentaries too, like this one young lady who was disabled, I think, and I don't know, I guess she had like severe autism, and she just refused to move, and she was laying down on a sofa, and she was like pretty much intact with it. I guess the pressure points of your bones when you're laying down, like I think it was like the backbone of like the back, like it's like close to your hips. And when you if you go to your hips and you touch the back part of it, that is like the hip bone, like the tail of the spine. That's what I would call it. And this lady literally had her bottom half sunk down into I don't want to be disgusting, so just click away, or just move off with this path. But her insides just literally melted inside of the seat, and like all that shit was just like drained in that sofa, and it was absolutely disgusting. To not, I think it was like, God, I don't even know how many years. I think it was like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to be wrong. I think it was like I don't know how many years that they just left her there. I think it was for a while. I think it was like, I don't know if it was a decade or just a few years. I don't even know. A lot of people didn't check up on her, and I mean, for me, I felt that was fucking disgusting. I felt like that was so, like, the most inhumane way that you can do. I mean, for me, if you cannot take care of these people, if you know you have a grandpa, grandma who is living by themselves, you should definitely check up on them. you know, my grandpa and my grandma, I mean, both of them, they never got to live by themselves. Mostly because, like, my grandpa and my grandma, which is, my grandma on my dad's side, died not too young. Hold on, guys.